Hi everyone, welcome back to Nails by Sora. I am dubbing over the video content after fact because I was doing my sister's nails for the first time. And in fact, this is the first time that I've done a full manicure on anyone other than myself. And it was interesting. I'm not going to lie, I did have some difficulty, especially with the efile. Sometimes it got away from me and skipped a bit, and I nicked her once. Didn't draw any blood, just, obviously I don't want to hurt my sister, let alone anyone. But first time using an e-file on somebody else, and then, as I said, doing a full manicure process. And of course, my sister being my sister, she had to take the nail file out of my hand and correct the shape of her nail herself, which is fine. I mean, I want anyone to have the shape and the overall finished manicure that they like and they want, even if they're not paying me to do it. But I've been bugging her forever for the last 2 years since I started doing nails. And she was actually, I went up to New York and I was with her for about a week, and then she came back down to Florida with me for the past 2 weeks. So her nails were growing out, as you can see, the growth. So she needed the backfill, and I managed to convince her to let me do it. And in the end, she really did like it, which I'm happy about. And her nails are a bit difficult to do because kind of grow upwards at a curve. So, and she likes to keep them relatively short, but she wanted them a little bit more like my nails, where they're an exact, kind of like a cross between an almond and a stiletto, a little bit more exaggerated in the narrowness throughout the side walls, but then coming to a soft, tapered free edge. So seeing as how she likes her nails on the shorter side, it was a little bit difficult to achieve that shape, but I think we managed it in the end. And since I completely skipped over the intro, hi, my name is Stephanie. This is Nails by Sora, and if you are new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. Glad to have you. Please give me a like and a subscribe. As I've said many times before, unless you're new, you already know that I will be starting nail school, or school to become a licensed nail tech. Actually, this week is orientation on Thursday, but since you're seeing this mid-October, it has already started. So I'm looking forward to that. And right now I'm just going through the process of backfilling her nails. So I started off with Dehydrator. Well, I removed the product. I did want to film the removal process, but I had like 15% power on my phone. And with the way I had to set up the station, the cable to charge it while I was recording, it wouldn't have reached. So I let it charge while I was doing the removal process, and then I set it up as I began the manicure. So it's actually quite funny. Here you'll see I'm so used to doing my own hands and having to do one hand at a time that I forgot that I could do her other hand while one was curing. So I do realize it, halfway through. So it goes a little bit faster. Overall, the manicure didn't really take that long. I was pleasantly surprised that I was able to, even with all of her fussing and me yelling at her and yanking at her hands and her trying to pet my cat while I was doing the manicure, it still only took like an hour and a half, including removal, which was great. And she doesn't generally like anything fancy. So it was basically a straight gel process with a little bit of an accent. But so I did a dehydration just with Modelones Dehydrator, and then I went in with Young Nails Protein Bond, and now I'm doing a Build-A-Gel backfill to fill in the gap and to rebalance the nail. I am using a little isopropyl alcohol and a cleanup brush to go in around the cuticle and the free edge to make sure that there's no flooding of the cuticle, and then doing a 30 to 60 minute, wow, that would be a long manicure, 30 to 60 second cure on each hand as I work on the other. So for the color, I am using this beautiful dark orange, kind of like a brownish orange from Madame Glam. It is part of their September Korean gel collection. I'll put in all the information down below. I don't remember the name of the color offhand. And then I'm accenting it with a brownish gold glitter. So, excuse me. As I said, my sister doesn't really like, or really doesn't go with fancy over decorated nails. She likes basic, classy nail designs. So I started out, she had wanted an accent design on her ring finger and pointer finger, but then after I did the ring finger, she decided that she liked it and she wanted to do all of her fingers. So we went ahead and did that. But I'm going in with 2 coats of the orange color. I'm using a liner brush to go around the cuticle and free edge to make sure the color goes all the way around the edges evenly, and then using the cleanup brush as necessary to make sure that the cuticles aren't flooded. I think the most difficult portion of the manicure, or the most difficult aspect of it, was really getting her to relax her hand. She tends to splay out her fingers really stiff, and I kept like pulling on her hand, trying to like get her to bend her knuckles so that her fingers would be pointing downward. And that's so that A, I can see the angle of her nail bed, and B, so that the gel flows towards the free edge and doesn't pool in the cuticles. And I don't know if this is necessary. I've never worked on anyone else before, so I don't know if necessarily this is something that is a consistent issue. I see a lot of videos online where nail techs are joking around about, pulling on their customers' hands and getting them to put them in the right position, and trying to get them not to fidget as much. And this is the first time that I've really experienced it myself, and it's going to be quite an exercise in patience and a learning curve as to how to set up my station so that I can have easy access to my clients' hands in a way that I'm not forcing them into an uncomfortable position, as well as myself. Because I know a lot of people in the industry have issues with back fatigue and being hunched over all the time, and I want to try to set myself up for success and make sure that everything is as comfortable and ergonomic as possible. So right now I'm just finishing up the second coat. I am capping the free edge, and now since I focused on the first, the 4 other fingers of the hand, I am going to do 2 coats on the thumbs and go into the design. English. So as I said, she wanted a pretty basic design. Basically, she just wanted something to highlight the glitter polish that she picked out. And she liked the polish so much that I gave it to her. I'll just replace the bottle for myself instead of having her have to go to the website and order it. She just took it back with her to New York, and I'll replace it for myself. But it really is a beautiful color. And I just went in and I did 2 curved swipes across the nail in a diagonal fashion from the cuticle to the free edge. And I did an extra one. I did 3 on the thumb because she thought it needed to take up more space on the nail plate, so that it was, since there's more space, that the color was represented and she could see a little bit more of it. In the end, I don't think I think I would have liked to do a full nail in the accent color because it doesn't really come across as boldly as I think she wanted. She wanted to really have it have its own presence. And while you can see it, it's kind of, there's a lot of clear gel that holds the glitter particles that floats in between, and I really couldn't get it to show up as much as I wanted it to. And that's a factor of a lot of glitter gel polishes where, unless you're using a potted gel, gel in the bottle generally tends to be a little bit looser. Why is she shaking her finger at me? Oh, I think she had touched her nail and she had gel on the pad of her finger. So yeah, so a lot of gel polishes that have glitter in them, the sparkle is a little hard to pick up when you're using it as an accent color versus if you're using a gel paint that has glitter in it. The structure's a little tighter and a little bit more, what's the word? I will let you know when I think of it, but I get the feeling that you know what I'm talking about. To finish up this set, I went in with Crazy Top, which is a Korean no wipe top coat, comes in a pot, and I'm just taking it on a rounded brush and using it to finish off the manicure. I decided to use Crazy Top because it is a little bit thicker, kind of like the consistency of a DGel. And since I put the accent color on last, it was a little bit raised, and I wanted to make sure I got a smooth, excuse me, a smooth finished surface. So that's going to be the manicure. I put away the light, I cleaned up the tabletop, and now I'm just going in with some hand cream and cuticle oil. I had a lot of fun doing this. It was, as I said, quite the learning experience, and I did take a lot away from it. And in the end, my sister really enjoyed the manicure, and it came out well. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comment section below. And if you want to know the products that I used, I will leave it in the description box below. And I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching, and hope to see you soon. Bye.